Okay, and our next and final session is the presentation of CTEDD Awards, which have not been given out before. This process has been delayed due to the pandemic, but we're really proud of all of our researchers and students and postdocs, but we wanted to take a little bit to recognize some people who were specifically pronounced in their contributions to CTEDD, and we're very proud of what they've done for the community, for the students, and we wanted to take a bit to recognize them and to thank people for working so hard for our mission of equity in our cities. So with that, I'll hand it over to our Deputy Director, Dr. Jay Rosenberger.
Thank you, James. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for attending the workshop. I'd like to thank our panelists for their participation and insights that have led to a successful workshop. In particular, I'd like to thank Keidra Wilson and James Wood for their leadership in putting the entire workshop together. My hope is that this is the first of many annual CTEDD workshops, and in the future, we could, of course, all meet in person. That would be great. For those of you who don't know me, of course, James introduced me, but my name is Jay Rosenberger, and I was the interim director of CTEDD from January to October of 2020. When Dr. Pan became director, he graciously allowed me to stay on as deputy director, which is the position I hold within CTEDD today. Our final module of the 2021 event is the presentation of CTEDD Awards. Our center is defined by the engagement of dozens of academics, community activists, and students. Much more than simple reports and publications, it is the passionate and skilled individuals who have allowed CTEDD's broad contributions to equity in transportation. We are grateful to each of them and to all of you as well for helping us to set and fulfill our community mission. Our first award is the CTEDD Icon Award. We created this award to recognize the community partners whose hard work and direct engagement have helped to make CTEDD what it is today. To be an icon is to commit to a body of work that sets the tone for a generation of peers. And for the first recipient of this honor, we have selected Mr. Jeff Williams, chair of the Trinity Metro Board of Directors in Fort Worth. Jeff was one of the earliest community boosters for CTEDD and has been a constant advisor to our team and how to best navigate the realms of politics and business in North Texas. We are grateful to Jeff for his support of our mission. Jeff, if you'd like to, if you're here and would like to say a few words, we will take those. Yeah. Uncertain if he's here. Okay, I don't think Mr. Williams is here. I think a number of us saw his panel yesterday, and it was fantastic and very informative. So in addition to getting this award, I do thank Jeff for being a panelist yesterday. The Equity in Action Award goes to Patrick Kennedy of Dallas. He serves on the DART Board of Directors and is a leading advocate for sustainability and equitable growth in Greater Dallas. As an urban designer and community activist, Patrick is known in DFW for blending data and emotional resonance in order to make the case for reinvestment in urban cores and public transportation. He is a tireless contributor to the region's discourse on building a more vibrant and equitable downtown. We applaud his remarkable energy and willingness to speak inconvenient truths. So if Patrick, I'm again not sure if you're here, you're welcome to say something. Okay, again, we thank Patrick. In addition to that, Patrick has also graciously accepted, served on the CTEDD Advisory Board. He was one of the early people to accept our invitation to sit on the board, and he has also has sat on the scholarships committees too. We have CTEDD scholarships coming up soon, so we really look forward to working with him on that again shortly. As we have seen throughout this event, technology transfer is an area of growing importance to researchers and grant providers. Designing research projects with community-oriented deliverables as their ultimate goal is no small feat. And we wish to honor Christine Williams of the University of South Florida for her body of community-driven research and teaching. Christine is a prolific CTED researcher, and her team at USF consistently generates some of our most popular products. She has deep ties to the major transportation forces in her state and designs her projects with community improvement in mind. We greatly respect Christine's commitment to applying her team's effort to solving community problems and providing tools that empower residents and agencies to build better infrastructure. And so I see that Christine is here. And so I'd like to invite you to, if you have anything to say, you're welcome to say something, or at least introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you so much. This is such an honor, an unexpected honor when I received this award in the mail, and I really do appreciate it. And I've truly enjoyed my collaboration with CTED and continue to do so. And do really feel that it's incredibly important to transfer our technology and our learning to the community. It's one of the things that's been, I think, most in need as we develop so much great research. We haven't seen some of it get into the hands of the people that need it. So again, I do appreciate this opportunity, and thank you very much for this honor.
Thank you, Christine. In addition to that, just as a side note, Dr. Christine Williams and I are also on an OER transport grant proposed award by the Department of Education, funded by the Department of Education. So she and I work closely on that too. So it's a pleasure to work with her, and from my own personal perspective too. So I get to work with her on that as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay, continuing on here, CTED's great unsung privilege is our contribution to the education and training of future professionals in the classroom and on research projects. We are immensely proud of the dozens of students who have received skills, training, salaries, and publication experience while working on CTED projects. In that spirit, we wish to recognize Dr. Anurag Pandey of Cal Poly for his leadership on issues of education and training. While virtually all CTED researchers are also university faculty, Anurag goes beyond this by ensuring Cal Poly students connect their work with real-world problems faced by California stakeholders. He also trains his junior faculty peers on proposal writing, grant submission, and other competitive aspects of faculty life. His broader career goals include a revamping of how we educate future planners and engineers with a greater focus on community ties. Anurag Pandey is an educator of the highest order, and we applaud his commitment. Anurag, do you have a few things? Thank you for being here, and do you have a moment to say for a few words? Oh, you're muted because.
I'm muted, of course. No meeting is ever complete without somebody talking on mute. So I appreciate it, James and Jay. I have really valued CTED's collaboration with Cal Poly. We just have enjoyed it immensely. It has given us a lot of opportunities to engage our students, and just really appreciate being part of CTED. And one good thing is that because CTED has so much focus on actionable research, the research that can translate into practice, I think it sits really well. It fits really well with our students' mindset, which is learn by doing, hands-on learning. So I think CTED has been a great fit for Cal Poly's engineering and planning program. So again, I appreciate the award. I appreciate the opportunities to work with CTED. And just because we are here, I received this plaque in the mail. It's hard to see because I have the virtual background on, but thank you very much. It really means a lot. Thanks.
Thank you, Anurag. In addition to that, Anurag is also on this OER Transport Award that I'm working on, and so we've got a very strong team on that too. And he's also sits on the sits on our executive committee too. He's our associate director representative from Cal Poly, who's on CTED. So again, thank you for all your participation, all your work that you've done with CTED. as well. Thanks, Anurag. Okay, I'm going to move on. Okay, parallel to CTED's educational mission is our contribution to research. We fund approximately $1 million per year on research projects in 5 states and have built a solid record of publications and technical innovations. With all this work being done, it can be hard to recognize a single researcher for his or her contributions. However, we have selected Dr. Melanie Sattler of UT Arlington as a leader in research for CTED and her university. Melanie is known for building interdisciplinary teams and exploring solutions to transportation issues great and small. We commend her work ethic, her collaborative nature, and her willingness to solve the offbeat but very real problems faced by urban transit agencies. And so, yes, Melanie is here. So Melanie, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I'm pleased to be here and thank you so much. CTED has been great in helping me grow in my research, particularly in terms of stakeholder involvement. And I feel that it's really helped me improve my research. And I would like to call out my colleagues because the projects that I've done have been very interdisciplinary and they wouldn't have gotten done without the help of my co-PIs. So I'd like to recognize Victoria Chen of Industrial Engineering at UTA, Ardashir Anjamani of College of Architecture, Planning and Public Affairs at UTA, and also Doctors Arpita Bhatt and Kate Huynh, who are in civil engineering at UTA.
Thank you, Melanie. And as a side note, Melanie and I both joined UTA. I believe it was the same year and the same. So we've had the same clock and we've kind of, not in the same department, but we've become professors kind of together in the College of Engineering at UT Arlington. And we've collaborated on a number of projects and we've always really enjoyed, I've always really enjoyed that interaction. But he's a great researcher.
Same here. I mean, it's gone by fast.
Yes, it does. I'd like to now turn over this next piece over to James Wood for the final award. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rosenberger and Christine Williams, Anurag Pandey, Melanie Sattler, and those who couldn't be here. It's a pleasure to hand out awards to some wonderful people I've gotten to know over the years. Our last award goes to, we created a special category of what we call the Service to CTED Award, which is, the other awards have a specific community or research or teaching focus. This one we created more to recognize contributions that made CTED what it is today and have ensured that we operate efficiently and with humility and kindness, and that we're just as good an organization as we can be. And the recipient of this award this year is Dr. Rosenberger, who, as he mentioned, served as our interim director for most of 2020. He came aboard at a tumultuous time. There were a lot of changes going on. CTED has moved around campus, many locations. We've had our staff has had to learn on the fly, and he came aboard and really brought us into maturity as a center and taught us that it's not just enough to hand out money for grants and then collect reports. It's also about building human relationships and helping people build careers, and to be mindful of the fact that our research touches the community, but it can help people get tenure. It can help students graduate and get jobs. And this role that we serve is so much more than just grants. It's about helping people grow. And I've been grateful to know him. I think everyone who works at CTED appreciates his kindness and his work ethic. And I think CTED has grown tremendously in the past year or year and a half that he's been around. So I want to thank him very much for all of his help and look forward to working with him as we move into renewal. So thank you, Dr. Rosenberger.
Thank you. Do I get to say a few words? Am I on mute? Okay, so first of all, let me lift up the award. I stole my thunder as being the first as for lifting up his award. So I'll go ahead and lift up mine. Thank you. And first of all, I'm humbled and honored to receive the CTED Award. However, while this award may say my name on it, CTED's accomplishments since I joined the center back in 2019 have truly been a team effort. As interim director and now deputy director, I was extremely fortunate to work with Debbie Hendricks, Brigitte Wilson, David Weinrich, Roy Adamanani, and James Wood, and others. They're a phenomenal group of administrators, researchers, and most importantly, people. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, and with that, that is a wrap on CTED 2021, the virtual event. We thank you all so much for your patience. This was supposed to be held 2 years ago in person, and we've had to make do with the pandemic and people being all over the country, but I think it's been a great, productive couple of days. We've had a lot of contributions from the community and from our scholars, so we really appreciate all the effort everyone put forward, and we look forward to doing this again. And in the meantime, please keep in touch with us. We have a calendar of events coming up. We have student scholarships. We have an educational RFP. We hope to do a general research RFP in the fall. So thanks to everyone for all your support, and we look forward to what happens next.